Hey barbecue fans, JB here with Barton Barbecue Smokeworks. I hope you're all doing well. I want to say first and foremost thank you to all the subscribers and the new participants in watching our videos. We've had a great influx of new views and we appreciate you. We're just out here doing what we love to do and hoping that maybe we can pass on a little bit of knowledge to you. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. Today we're going to be smoking some beef ribs. We're going to be using a Fiesta brand 16 mesh black pepper mixed with a kosher salt. We're going to go 60% pepper, 40% salt, and I've got it pre-mixed in my shaker here. We're going to be cooking it on the Weber Kettle using our snake method, of course, and we've got a couple of chunks of pecan and post oak for flavoring. And today we're going to try something new. Typically on the beef ribs I like to go in and cut the fat cap off because there's a layer of connective tissue and sinew underneath that fat cap, and I usually trim that off. So today we're going to cook them low and slow and try to break that connective tissue down while leaving that fat on so we can get a little bit of extra flavor and a little bit of extra moisture. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're outside filming today and it is a little bit windy, so I hope the audio is good when we go to put this together. If there's a little background noise, I apologize. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get our charcoal fired up so it'll be ready by the time we season the meat. As you can see down here, I've also got a kind of a homemade drip pan made of foil so that when we have our rack of ribs placed here on the grill and this fire's burning around giving us some smoke, we've got a couple pieces of both post oak and pecan wood on here for our flavor today. We can catch that and use those drippings if we want to, or it'll just stop the bottom of our kettle from getting all nasty from the dripping grease. So today we're doing something a little bit different other than our mustard base we typically use. Today we're going to use a vegetable oil type margarine as our binder for the salt and pepper. We're going to go with a 60-40 rub, that's 60 black pepper and 40% kosher salt as our rub today. Alright, that was the back side. Now we'll do the top side. We're going to give this about 15 minutes to let the salt do its magic while our fire finishes catching, and we'll meet you at the grill. Alright, our fire is about ready. Our beef ribs have been sitting for about 20 minutes with the salt and pepper on them. The salt's starting to soak in. We're getting that nice glistening moisture on the top of the beef rib, and you can see there we're going to get these on the grill and get them to smoking. Going to give them a little extra shake for the areas I knocked off the pepper. And that's it, we're good to go. We're going to cap these and smoke them about 250 degrees. So the beef plate rib or dino ribs, typically a 3 to 4 bone rack. These ribs are located closer to the belly of the cow versus up closer to the spine. And a lot of times they're cut up into 3 to 4 inch cross sections and called short ribs. So a few different names for them. I like to cook them as a whole and the 3 to 4 bone rack. These ribs have so much intramuscular fat and connective tissue that man, they're just, when cooked correctly, they're awesome. They stay juicy. You have to cook them long enough to break down that connective tissue and that fat to make them moist and tender. But they're awesome. All right, we're about 1 hour in and we're running right at 275. So let's take a look at these, see how they're doing. Starting to get a little color on the edges. It's looking good right now. I don't think we need to spritz at this point. The fire's looking good. It's burning around. It's about a quarter of the way around. We'll check back in another hour. All right, we're about 2 hours in and we're getting some great color on our edges. We're gonna give it a rotate and a butter spritz. So to help with our rotating of the hot meat, we've got our MagnaChef heat gloves on, easy off. If you haven't tried these, check them out. We'll have a link down below. Great investment for your barbecue. Our fire's looking good. We're about a third of the way around our snake, and this wood is caught and is smoking well. So we'll check it again in another hour. It's going to be getting dark on us soon, so we'll have to break the lights out, but it'll be worth the wait. All right, we're back. We're here by light, and we're about 3.5 hours in, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it. Our meat's up to about 170. It's got a nice bark formed. Let's check it out. Good looking bark formed, 170 internal temperature. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this in paper with a foil boat below. We're about half the way across our snake, and we've still got a good flame going with some of this wood, some good smoke. So let's wrap it up and speed the process up and get this baby finished. We're going to go ahead and wrap this and break down, make it tender. And we're going to put it in a paper wrap and then in a foil boat. So check out this technique. So this is going to allow our ribs to continue cooking and in our foil boat, so our ribs can continue to breathe through the paper and we don't lose that magnificent bark that we've got formed, but it's going to help speed up the cook time. So we're going to get this back on and probably be done in about another hour, I'd say. So we're out here, we're at the almost 5-hour mark. We're going to check this for probe tender. So I like to use the internal temperature just as a guide as to when to start probing to check for doneness. I never pull by temperature, internal temperature, when it's finished. Some of them finish at 195, some of them finish at 210. So this one happens to be around the 205 mark and it's probing tender. So we're gonna go ahead and pull them and let them rest for an hour and then cut into them. So I'll see you at the cutting board. Definitely no shortage of juice on these bad boys. Look at that. Great looking bark. It's set nicely. These turned out better than anticipated as far as the bark, the color. Let's check on the texture and the juiciness. Oh, these things are as tender as a mother's love. Hopefully you can see that. These things are great. Very tender, very moist. Let's check the bite. I'd say that's properly broken down. We've got a nice layer of fat there. fat's been rendered properly. Looks like the connective tissue is all melted. Juice is dripping off of these. I would say trimming the fat and the sinew off the top before you smoke these is not necessary. These are so tender and juicy. There's no toughness in them at all. Man, these are great. I would highly recommend leaving that fat cap on, getting that extra flavor, getting that extra moisture. Just a simple salt and pepper rub on this. You know, we did a 60-40, 60 pepper, 40 salt, and it's perfect on this thick type piece of meat. And you can do these on any type of smoker. It doesn't have to be a Weber Kettle. Whatever type of pit you have, you can follow these same instructions. We ended up cooking these a little higher than anticipated. We cooked these at about 275, and it was right at 5 hours. Very happy with these results, and I better try another piece to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate all of our viewers, new and old. If you like what you saw today, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you stopping by to watch, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.